Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. I have spontaneously decided to vlog this week. It is currently the 2nd of June and I am taking part in the Prideathon Readathon hosted by the Rainbow Readers Book Club over on Instagram. And this morning I was choosing the books that I wanted to read for the prompts for the week, and I just got really excited and I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna vlog. So if my reading goes to plan this week, I'm really hoping to be able to read 3 out of the 4 prompts for this week of the readathon. Basically the prompts this week are based off of like gay icons. So there's an Alan Turing prompt, which is an underrated book. There's a 5-star prediction, a book about feminism, and a book with a strong protagonist. So this morning I've been sat in the sunshine and I decided to start my read for the 5-star prediction prompt. And for that prompt, I have chosen to read Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. So filming this, I'm currently on page 68 of the book and I am really enjoying it, like already. I actually wasn't gonna vlog, and then I was sat downstairs and I was reading and I got to like page 50 and I was like, do you know what? I actually really want to vlog my reactions to this book because I can just tell that I'm gonna absolutely love it. The first couple of chapters, I wasn't entirely sure, I'll be honest. I was like, okay, this could go one of 2 ways. It's either gonna be really cute or it's gonna be really cliche, and I wasn't really sure. So essentially we're following our main character Jay, and he lives in a small town called Riverton, and he is the only out gay teen in his town, and everyone in his year at school, including his best friend, are all getting into their first relationships, their first serious relationships, and experiencing all of the things that come with that. And he feels like the third wheel, or the spare tire as he describes it, because he is the only out gay person where he lives. And one day his mum comes home from work and announces that she's had a job promotion and they're having to move to Seattle. And Jay is surprisingly really excited about this because there is a much larger queer community in the town that he's moving to. So the point of the book that I've just gotten to, he has moved away and he's had to struggle with saying goodbye to his best friend. And it's his first day of his new school and he has found the QSA club, the Queer Straight Alliance Club. And at the point that I'm in, I'm halfway through a chapter because I just had to come and start vlogging, but he is like in his first ever QSA meeting and they're discussing planning homecoming. I haven't mentioned, which is like a key part of the plot, but Jay has his own agenda. He has a notebook because he is a very organised Virgo, and he has written his own gay agenda, which is a list of all of the things that he wants to experience. So it keeps like flicking back to the gay agenda and he keeps like crossing things off and adding new things on as he meets new people and his experience are changing. So I'm really enjoying it so far. As I said, the first couple of chapters I wasn't sure, but now that he's moved and we're meeting some new characters, I can just tell that I'm really gonna love this. So I will keep you posted. Hello, just a very quick reading update about this book. So it is the next day, it is the 3rd of June, and I've just gotten to page 288 of 350 of this book. I am loving it. It's so unapologetically gay, it's just amazing. It really is like a coming of age story, and our main character Jay is very far from perfect. He's making a lot of mistakes and he's learning from them and he's having to deal with them, and so are all of his friends as well, and I'm loving the dynamics in the book. It's just amazing. I love that the characters are so flawed, and at the point that I'm at now, I love that I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm banking on a smushy happy ending but yeah, I'm at that point in the book where like a lot of things are going wrong. I'm absolutely loving it. I just wanted to give you a little update because I'm planning on finishing it tonight, and then I'll pop back on in the morning to wrap up all of my thoughts. But yes, I'm very excited to be reading this one. I thought it came out at the start of this month. The US release date was the 1st of June, I think, but it doesn't come out in the UK till the 8th of July. So I'm feeling very, very lucky to be reading this right now. And yes, as I said, I will pop back on once I've finished it and let you know my final thoughts. Hello friends, so it is now Saturday the 5th of June, and yesterday I finished reading Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. I ended up really, really loving this and I gave it 4 stars overall. It is just essentially a feel-good, young adult, unapologetically queer romance / contemporary. It's so good. I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed following Jay, our main character. His character arc is really lovely. He really learnt a lot about himself and the people around him, and it was beautiful to read. I also loved the secondary characters. His friend Max, I just absolutely adored them. I loved Albert, he was just so sweet and so wholesome. And Lou was a fantastic character as well. The conflicts were handled great in this book. I loved the integration of list making. So Jay is a Virgo and he's very organised and he makes lists. So all the way through this book there's loads of different lists, including his gay agenda. I really, really enjoyed it. This is the first book that I have read for Prideathon. I used it for the 5-star predictions prompt. I ended up rating it 4 stars, but I did really, really enjoy it. Yesterday evening I started my next read, but I only managed to read 1 chapter of it. And then I just sat down to read a little bit more and I was like, you know what, I probably should update the vlog before I really get into my next book. So I have picked up This Poison Heart by Kaden Bayron, and I'm currently on chapter 4 and I'm super, super intrigued. So we're following our main character Briseis. I think that's how I'm pronouncing her name. I didn't actually know, I wasn't aware it's based on Greek mythology. I think that's super intriguing and a very cool concept. So basically our main character has this control over plants and she doesn't know why or she doesn't know how, and it affects her daily life very significantly, to the point where like she'll walk to the shops and if she looks at the tree, then the tree will the roots will burst through the pavement. So we've met our main character and we've met her parents. She has 2 mums. I love the chemistry between mum Mo and Briseis, and yes, I'm super intrigued to see where this story is going to go. At the moment I've obviously only read 3 chapters. We're just sort of setting the story up. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's definitely more like urban fantasy in the sense that there's magical elements, but it's set in the real world, which I really enjoy. So I will keep you updated, but I'm hoping to be able to maybe read like 100 pages tonight. But yes, this is my next read and I'm super, super excited for it. I have been really bad at updating the vlog. Every time I've started vlogging recently since like February, I've like given up halfway through, and I really, really want to see this one through because I'm reading some really good books and I want to like share my thoughts with you all. So I, as you know, have been reading This Poison Heart by Kaden Bayron. The past couple of days I haven't actually read that much, but today I've been able to read a big chunk and I'm actually hoping to be able to finish it later tonight. But every time I say that, I never do, so we'll see. I'm currently on page 245 out of 370, and I am really enjoying this book. To start with, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't sure. It was quite slow, and it was just like, we were meeting the characters, but there was a lot of description, and there was a lot of description about plants. So essentially, we're following our main character, Briseis, and her 2 mums. And they have a plant shop in Brooklyn, in New York, I think, Brooklyn. And they're really struggling. They're struggling to pay the rent. and Briseis has an affinity for plants. She has come into inheritance from her birth mum's sister. She's been left this huge estate, and they decide as a family to go and live there for the summer and to see what the crack is. Very quickly, there's a few like seedy characters, there's a few weird people milling around, and Briseis finds this hidden garden with loads of poisonous plants in it, and she learns that the poison doesn't affect her. I would definitely describe this as more of like a fantasy thriller, fantasy mystery. I mean, it's not like a thriller. The writing is really, really sensory, and it's incredible. It's beautiful. Like I can literally see this garden in front of me. I can imagine all of the plants and the poisonous ones. And I'm really, really liking Briseis' character. She's made a friend, and he works at the bookshop, and his mum is like the agent that is in charge of like her inheritance and stuff. But I don't trust her. There's something off about her. And then she's also made another friend called Marie, and I'm sensing there could be like some romantic vibes between her and Marie, which I really, really like. Marie is hiding a lot, and I'm very intrigued to see where that goes. But yeah, so like this house that she's inherited is hiding a lot of secrets about her family. It's super magical, but it's like, it feels real. Like it doesn't feel like we're in this fantasy world. It feels like this could really be happening. And that's my little update right now. And I'll see you soon. I have been the absolute worst at updating this vlog. A few days ago now, I did finish This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron, and I absolutely loved it. I've given this 5 stars. As I think I've mentioned, I really, really enjoyed Cinderella is Dead when I read it last year, and this was so much better. The overall premise was just so interesting. I absolutely loved the magic in this book. I think it is a secret garden retelling. Like the secret garden was just so magical and it was amazing, and I loved how the poisonous plants were included. I absolutely adored Mum and Mo and their relationship together, and also the family dynamic with Briseis. I thought it was beautifully written. Obviously I'm not going to spoil anything, but the twists and turns in this book, I just didn't see the ending coming, okay? I really, really enjoyed like the witchy element side of it. I really, really hope that that is explored further in book 2. I really loved how there wasn't really any romance in this book as well. One of the problems I had with Cinderella is Dead is that the romance was really rushed and it sort of felt forced. Like, this is a standalone, we must have some romance in this book. So what I'm saying is I'm glad that it wasn't insta-love. You can see that there's like a connection between them, you can see that there's vibes, but there was no rushing, it wasn't forced. And I'm thinking, because of that, the stakes will be higher in the second book. I absolutely adored the inclusion of the Greek mythology. It was so cleverly done. As soon as you get into the last 100 pages, there is literally no turning back. You have to sit and binge the whole damn thing. It's so good. I couldn't put it down. I just loved it. Overall, this was a fantastic read. It's definitely a new favourite for me. I'm very, very, very impressed with Kaylin Bayron, and I cannot wait to see what she does in book 2. She has set the ending up perfectly for a very high stakes second book. I loved how the author wasn't afraid to do things that were a bit taboo. It wasn't like mushy, it wasn't the cliche ending. Things happened that we weren't expecting. I did cry in this book. It really took me by surprise, and I absolutely love that. I love when it's not predictable, and I love when an ending literally leaves me speechless. This is a success. We have read 2 very, very good books in this vlog. Anyway, I'm going to leave the vlog here because I am rambling. So both of these books are out very, very soon. This Poison Heart comes out at the end of June, and Jay's Gay Agenda comes out at the start of July in the UK. So definitely get those books on your radar. Let me know if you'll be picking up either of these two books, and let me know which book you're currently reading during Pride Month. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean the world to me if you could consider subscribing to my channel. I do post bookish content regularly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!